Don't forget the text if you fancy saying Merry Christmas to someone. It could be anyone at all. It doesn't have to be a family member. It could be anyone. You might want to just say Happy Christmas, by the way, to so-and-so, so-and-so. You're welcome. 81333, Lancashire, first word, then your message, if you want to do that. Now then, the leader of Lancashire County Council has been accused of using polarising and divisive language, and that's by a Jewish representative group. Councillor Geoff Driver has been criticised by the Jewish Board of Deputies for the way he's liaised with them over a ban on non-stunned kosher and halal meat in schools. Our political reporter Mike Stevens has the story.
This is the comment which sparked the controversy.
There were 3 members of the Labour group on that working party. 2 of them were Muslims, and one of them was a Jew. And if anybody thinks that they were going to go into a working group with an open mind, I think you're entirely wrong.
The leader of the county council was speaking at a full council meeting back in October when he claimed that Muslims and Jews couldn't be impartial when debating halal meat because of their faith. Labour councillor Mohammed Iqbal quickly made it clear that he was upset.
I was very unhappy with his last comments and took those as a personal attack against me and my faith.
The council ultimately decided to ban unstunned halal meat from all of its schools, a decision which has since attracted support from controversial far-right groups, including the British National Party. Now, as part of the motion, the council said it would meet with various representative groups, including the Lancashire Council of Mosques and the Jewish Board of Deputies. The meeting with the Board of Deputies took place this week, and their Vice President, Marie van der Zijl, criticised Geoff Driver's comments.
Divisive, I would say, destructive and dismissive. I think he's got his own agenda, and that's all he's interested in. He wasn't really interested in anything that we've got to say, and we as Jewish people feel that minorities need to be supported and need to support each other. And that is a really awful thing to say, that people can't do their job or be on a working group because they're either Muslim or Jewish.
Now, Geoff Driver did apologise for any offence his comments had caused and reiterated his stance that this isn't about religion.
This is an animal welfare issue, nothing more, nothing less. It is not anti-Semitic and it is not anti-Muslim.
But the leader of the opposition, Labour's Azhar Ali, said he's disappointed that the issue has come about.
I thought, he might treat councillors with contempt, but he would have taken the Jewish Board of Deputies more seriously, particularly that they had taken senior people to the meeting with him at County Hall.
Well, that report from Mike Stevens. Councillor Geoff Driver joins us now, the leader of Lancashire County Council. Geoff Driver, welcome to the programme.
Good evening, guys. Thank you.
Now, the Jewish Board of Deputies there, it's pretty damning, isn't it, describing your comments as divisive, destructive and dismissive. Is that the case?
Well, that's exactly what they said, yeah, but it's not the case. I've made it perfectly plain. This is an animal welfare issue, nothing more, nothing less. And I'm going to say about the meeting we had with the Board of Jewish Deputies, it was very disappointing from our point of view as well, because it was very clear that they'd come to the meeting with no intention of debating how we might move forward on this. Their sole purpose of coming to the meeting was to come and shout at us and tell us how unhappy they were at the decision that we've made. So it's very difficult to move forward with a body that's not prepared to have a meaningful discussion about it.
Well, Geoff Driver, I've got to ask you, we heard the original clip there from the Chambers. Don't you think that language was a bit closed, a bit non-inclusive, a bit offensive?
No, you've got to take it in the context it came out, guys.
We did. It was in the chamber.
Yeah, it was, but it was in the middle of a big debate that was getting fairly heated from opposition county councillors who were attacking the decision that had been made, and they were referring back to the working group and trying to make a big issue of that. And I served on that working group, and I wasn't having a go at any religion. I was just making a statement of fact that those 3 individuals who served on the working group, the evidence of sitting on the working group showed that they didn't have an open mind. No, and I accept several times that people could say that I don't have an open mind on it, because I've made it perfectly plain that I think that slaughtering animals without stunning them first is cruel and abhorrent, and I've been accused of causing problems by using those words, but that's what I believe. That's what most people in Lancashire believe.
You can't speak for most people, can you? You're speaking as a leader of the council. You cannot say that most people believe everything you believe.
No, I'm sorry. If that's what my comment then came over to, I didn't mean it as that. But I think the people of Lancashire are entitled to expect the leader of the county council to tell it as it is and to say exactly what he feels and why he's doing something. I can tell you, after that decision of the county council, I literally had hundreds of emails, and only one of them was criticising the county council for the decision it had made.
Do you not think, though, a man in your position, seriously, you're a leader of the county council, should you not be thinking sometimes and choosing your words a bit more carefully?
Well, I don't think they were carelessly chosen. I believe, as most people in Lancashire believe, if my emails are to go anywhere, that killing animals in the 21st century without first of all stunning them is cruel and abhorrent. Most people feel that. I feel it. I'm not ashamed to feel it, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Nobody's asking you that. What we're saying is, do you think people of faith then can be impartial when making a decision? Because you kind of said no, didn't you? No, I said those individuals. Those individuals. I didn't Who are people of faith? No. I didn't say that Muslims couldn't be impartial. I didn't say that members of the Jewish faith could be impartial. What I was saying was those three individuals weren't impartial, and they weren't on the working group. I'll stand by that. I served on the working group. So why refer to their faith then? Because they're elected. They've been elected to public office. So why refer to the faith if you just know those three people don't agree with you? I mean, why refer to their faith? Well, because it was in the context of the debate that had come up, because the opposition were trying to make it an issue of faith, and I was saying, no, it's not. It's a matter of animal welfare. Do you wish you'd not made those comments? Seriously? No, I stand by the comments I made. So you'd say it again? I beg your pardon? Would you say it again? In the context of the way the debate came out, it was, as far as I was concerned, it was perfectly appropriate. And I did make it clear twice later in the debate, when people came back, that if people were offended because they thought I was attacking their faith, I made it perfectly plain that I wasn't, and I apologised if people had read it like that and taken offence. Now, you said it's becoming very difficult to implement the council's decision to ban unstunned meats, kosher or halal, in schools. What's the way forward? You know, on top of all this, what's the way forward with this now? Well, it isn't becoming difficult to implement it in the sense that, but I mean, I can tell you, breaking news, that the Lancashire Council of Moss are actually seeking a judicial review of our decision because they're saying we didn't go out to consultation adequately. Now, that is a completely separate issue from implementing the decision, and clearly our lawyers will be looking at that, and if it is felt that we haven't consulted appropriately before we made the decision, we will do that, because we clearly don't want to either break the law or cause the county council any unnecessary expenditure. But that apart, before I knew that, when I was meeting the board of Jewish deputies, it wasn't a case of difficulty of implementing the decision. It was a case of how do we implement the decision to make sure that children in Lancashire, especially children from poor families, get their school lunch in an appropriate way. Now, we don't provide any kosher food at the present time. It is all about halal. And as you probably know, the Lancashire County Council of Moss didn't come to the meeting that we'd arranged to have with them, and subsequently, as I've just told you, they're seeking a judicial review. So in that sense, the matter is on hold right now, and we will probably be looking to have more consultation before the decision is made. Councillor Geoff Driver, thank you very much. Leader of the Lancashire County Council, joining us live there.